Hi friends, it's Miss Olivia. I hope you are having a wonderful day today so far. So today I am starting a 3-part video series called Planting at Home, where I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can grow your own food at your house with things that you probably already have in your kitchen and in your house, so that even though we can't plant in our school gardens right now, we can still plant things at home and learn about how plants grow. For the first video today, I will be showing you how to make something called a bean buddy. Now you might be thinking, Miss Olivia, what on earth is a bean buddy? Good question. Stick around and I will tell you. If you would like to participate in this activity with me, here are the things that you will need. A plastic bag, a napkin or paper towel, or I actually have some toilet paper here because I ran out of paper towels. You will need a marker, spray bottle, some tape, a blank piece of paper. It could be lined paper if you don't have plain, and some beans. So here I have some garbanzo beans, and here I have some lentils. These are both legumes. That's the family of plants that they're in. And it's really important that you use a dried bean or legume like these. You can tell that they're dried out, they're for cooking. You don't want to use a canned bean like this because these are already cooked. These are garbanzo beans like these, but these have been cooked. So you won't want to use anything canned. Also, you could use any type of bean. I only have garbanzo here, but you could use black beans, pinto beans, kidney beans, white beans, any type of bean. And if you don't have beans, you might have lentils, or you could try this with rice or popcorn kernels. Alrighty, so before we get into the activity, I wanted to talk really quick about how plants grow and the things that plants need to grow. So I want you to pause this video and see if you can think of the 4 things that all plants need to grow. Okay, I wish I knew what you thought. Comment down below if you think you know the 4 things that plants need to grow. And if you've had a garden class with me or a class about plants with me before, then you already know that plants need sun, soil, water, and air to grow. However, in this activity, we will see that seeds actually only need sunlight, air, and water to begin sprouting. They're going to need soil eventually, but in the beginning, they actually only need 3 essential things. All right, so let's get into how you do it. Alrighty, so here we have everything we need. And the first step is you're going to take your napkin or paper towel or toilet paper. Mine is 3 sheets of toilet paper and I just folded it in half like this. If you're using a paper towel, you would want to fold it in half a few times to get it into a shape kind of like this. And if you're using a napkin, you might want to fold it in half. I'm going to write on our bag the date and the name of your bean buddy. So the date today is April 9th. So I'm going to write 4/9. And I'm going to name mine Mr. Bean. You could name your bean anything you want. The next step is to open your bag. Stick your hand in there, puff it up. Perfect, set that aside. And then you're going to take your paper towel, take your spray bottle. It should be filled with water, nothing else. And just hold your paper towel and spray it a couple times with your spray bottle until it's nice and damp on one side. That was probably about 10 sprays. Let's do 10 on the other side. You can feel it with your hands to make sure. Mine's pretty damp, but I'd like it a little bit more wet. I don't want it to be dripping wet, but I do want it to be pretty soaked through with water. Just do a little bit more on this side. Alrighty, that feels good to me. And then you're gonna take your bean or lentil or popcorn or whatever you have. I actually soaked mine overnight, so they already started to sprout. And I'm gonna try it out with beans and lentils, and I'm going to do 1 of each. All right, so once you've got your beans on the soaked napkin, and then you're going to slide in the paper towel. I'm folding it over just to get it in. And put it in the bag, and then I'm going to really carefully unfold it. Push it down to the bottom. You want to leave some air in there because seeds need air. They're going to get the water that they need from the soaked paper towel. They're gonna get air from the bag, and they're going to get sunlight because we're gonna stick them in the window next. So this is optional, but if you wanna make sure they have enough water, you could take your spray bottle and just spray in the bag a few more times. There we go. You can see the water on the surface now. So make sure there's a little air in your bag. I think it's fun sometimes to blow a little air in. Close it up. Make sure it's zipped all the way. And then we're going to take our tape. We're gonna stick it to the top of the bag on the back side. And then this is what we will stick on the window with the bean facing the window so that it gets some sunlight. So now is the time to get out that piece of paper and take out the marker that you already used on your bag. And at the top, we're going to write observation log. Observing something is what you do when you closely watch something. You're keeping an eye on something and you're noticing lots of things about it. So this observation log is going to be our way to keep track of how much your bean grows. So I'm gonna make 2 lines, one down the middle here and one down the middle here, so that I have 4 squares. In this top square, I'm gonna write week 1. Here I'm going to write week 2, week 3, and week 4. And then over here, you're going to write anything you notice after 1 week of growing. So remember, you put the date on the bag. So whenever you plant your own bean in a bag, 1 week from that, you're gonna write down any changes. And every week you can add to it, depending on what you see each week. You can write how big it is, if the color's changed, if there are leaves, how many roots are coming out of the bottom, or maybe it never grew roots, and if it changed color. You can write anything that you observe or notice about your bean buddy. And if you want, at the top, you can write what your observation log is about. This one's about your bean buddy, because we will be making observation logs for all the types of planting we do. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you go out and make your own bean buddy. If you do, leave a comment down below with the name of your bean buddy and if it's growing. And I will see you next time for the next video about planting at home. Bye.